In order to simplify our controls during moving jumps, we like to think that there's only three of them. This being speed, pitch, and turns. Everything else is achieved by a combination of these three. For this reason, while training, it's very important that we isolate them, each separately, and then later combining them in order to achieve more precise or advanced moves. Here, we're referring to the speed that we're generating in the direction that we're going. We can control our speed by increasing or decreasing the drag on our bodies. When talking about speed control, it is important not to mix it with the control of our pitch. Yes, going steeper will indeed increase our speed, but only because of gravity is helping us, not necessarily because we are decreasing the drag on our bodies or adding more power. Okay, now I want to give you an example that would be very understandable for most people. Imagine you're riding a bicycle over flat ground, trying to accelerate and going as fast as you can. There's going to be a point where we cannot really continue accelerating. But if in turns it happens to come a downhill, where we start taking that downhill, now we're going to be able to go faster. Not because we have now more strength or more power to make the bike go faster, but just because gravity is helping us. We can use our arms and legs in order to control the drag on our bodies. I like to think of our arms being the more finer adjustments and our legs as the more aggressive, more explosive adjustments of speed. Our arms, we can use them by widening them out in order to slow down and bringing them close to our bodies in order to speed up. Similarly, we can use our legs in order to slow down, widening them out, or bringing our knees towards our chest in order to deflect air with our thighs. The turns we perform in moving jumps need to be gradual and progressive, and we need to make sure that we're actually able to maintain our speed throughout these turns. We can think of the turns that we do in movement jumps much like the turns that we do on a highway. Once we're driving on a highway at higher speeds, we're never going to find an exit that's 90 degrees out of the highway, right? The exits tend to be very progressive turns and gradual, even when they're going to bring us around even up to a 180 of the direction we were driving on the highway. This is why we want to be able to use our hips, a center point in our body, in order to create our turns. We can lean over our right hip, banking our body similar to a plane turning right or banking left in order to go left. We can control our turns by rolling or tipping the wing on the desired direction, much like we would do it rolling on our beds. Using our arms and legs for the turns will accomplish the turn, but it will also slow us down. This is why leaning over our hips on the side of the turn will maintain the speed and give us more control over the pitch of the turn. While using our hips, the same size shoulder will automatically follow. Just focusing on our shoulder will make the turn work, but it may cause an involuntary pitch change as well. Once your hips are engaged, you can think of your body as a seesaw. When one side is going up, the other one is coming down. This basic principle allows us to control our pitch. We can get steeper by increasing the pressure on our leading edge, pushing it more towards the wind or towards the ground, and by releasing the pressure from our trailing edge. We can go flatter by releasing the pressure from the leading edge and increasing the pressure on the trailing edge. Be mindful, there always needs to be some pressure on both ends. Releasing all of the pressure from one side abruptly will result on the body stalling or losing our position. In any way we decide to control our body in the air, it's very useful to focus on feelings rather than on a very specific position that we saw on a video, that we saw, or that somebody told us. This will allow us to, rather than flying like a robot, be able to feel the air, develop the sensitivity for it, and use it in a more natural way.